Dolly Parton is responding to the CMA Awards controversy, as fans of Beyonce were outraged that the singer didn't secure any nominations for her latest album, Cowboy Carter, despite the fact that Beyonce said that it wasn't a country record. And there's no confirmation as to whether or not Beyonce even submitted the album for consideration. On top of that, the album ultimately wasn't promoted much after its release. Billboard pointed out, country radio has traditionally been reluctant to play songs that aren't service to them or then actively promoted by the label. Beyonce also decided against touring in support of the album or even releasing any music videos. She recently explained her decision not to do videos in a new interview with GQ. She said, "I thought it was important that during a time where all we see is visuals, that the world can focus on the voice. The music is so rich in history and instrumentation. It takes months to digest, research, and understand. The music needed space to breathe on its own. Sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice and the music. The years of hard work and detail put into an album that takes over 4 years. The music is enough. The fans from all over the world became the visual. We all got the visual on tour. We then got more visuals from my film." In a statement around the time of the album release, Beyonce said, "This album has been over 5 years in the making. It was born out of an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed." Beyonce may be referring to an incident that occurred at the ACMs back in 2016, when Beyonce turned up as a surprise guest to perform alongside the then Dixie Chicks. She continued saying, "And it was very clear that I wasn't, but because of that experience, I did a deeper dive into the history of country music and studied our rich musical archive. It feels good to see how music can unite so many people around the world, while also amplifying the voices of some of the people who have dedicated so much of their lives to educating on our musical history. The criticisms I faced when I first entered this genre forced me to propel past the limitations that were put on me. Act 2 is a result of challenging myself and taking my time to bend and blend genres together to create this body of work." She said, "I have a few surprises on the album and have collaborated with some brilliant artists who I deeply respect. I hope that you can hear my heart and soul and all the love and passion that I poured into every detail and every sound. I focused on this album as a continuation of Renaissance. I hope this music is an experience creating another journey where you can close your eyes, start from the beginning, and never stop. This ain't a country album. This is a Beyonce album." As a result of Beyonce not being nominated, her father, Matthew Knowles, was outraged in an interview with TMZ. He said, "There's more white people in America, and unfortunately, they don't vote based on ability and achievements. It's still sometimes a white and black thing. In America, there's no accountability for people not being accepting of other cultures." But an anonymous music executive told another side of the story to Billboard. They said, "There was really only one single from the album that did anything. She really didn't embrace the genre, unlike what Post Malone has done with his album." And now, Dolly Parton is weighing in on the CMA Awards controversy and Beyonce not getting any nominations. For her part, Beyonce covered Dolly Parton's classic hit single, Jolene, on her album Cowboy Carter. Dolly was quick to point out to Variety that she really doesn't think there's anything to this situation. She said, "There's so many wonderful country artists that I guess probably the country music field, they probably thought, well, we can't really leave out some of the ones that spend their whole life doing that. But I didn't even realize that until somebody asked me that question. But it was a wonderful album." She continued saying that Beyonce can be very proud of the album, and I think that everybody in country music welcomed her and thought that that was good. So I don't think it was a matter of shutting out, like doing that on purpose. I think it was just more of what country charts and the country artists were doing that do that all the time, not just a specialty album. That's your latest update from CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates.